Oh, why, hello there.
Howdy.
Welcome to the Book Coven. That over there's Chelsea.
That's Lillian.
Ooh, spooky.
We're in a cult.
And we're broadcasting this from a cult. Call our dads because we're in a cult. Please help us.
Yep.
Today, first, I'm getting ahead of myself. We are a bi-weekly book coven, book review podcast.
And we are a book coven.
And we are in a book coven.
And a cult, apparently.
We do witchcraft. We read books. We review books. We review TV shows, movies. We make merchandise.
We make food.
Make witchy things. We make food. We do a variety of stuff.
Yep.
You know by now.
We're so versatile.
Yeah. Check us out on Instagram because it be popping over there at the.book.coven. And look at us on YouTube because we're pretty. And listen and download us on all the podcasting places. Por favor. And write reviews. Thanks. Okay.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Now that's covered.
And goodbye.
Just want to come in real quick and say
Real
that.
quick. Pop on.
No. Today, it's a new theme, right?
Yeah.
This is the beginning of a new theme.
New day.
New month.
New month.
It's April.
Oh, April.
And we are doing YA or YA. Because Chelsea likes them now. I told you. I told you they weren't cheesy. I mean, they are cheesy, but there's a good cheese to it.
Yes. It's
Like
an appropriate cheese. It's not like lame.
Like a provolone cheese, you know.
Sure.
It's got some like...
Sure. Haven't had that in a very long time.
Oh, it's good. Let me tell you, I love a provolone. Anyways, so my pick is the first pick. It is The Project by Courtney Summers. And I'm very happy we both got the exclusive edition.
Yes. Bonus content.
I wonder if it's exclusive to Canada because there's a little maple leaf. And I believe she's Canadian. Yep, she's Canadian. So if
sorry
you're not
to everyone else
in Canada, sucks to be you, bro.
for multiple reasons.
Yep. Let's not get into that. They know what they did. The Unity Project. After
synopsis.
Yep, that's what this is. After a tragic accident kills most of her family and leaves her little sister Lo on the brink of death, Bae Denham is desperate for a miracle. It arrives in the form of Lev Warren, the charismatic spiritual leader of the Unity Project, cult leader. He promises he can save Lo, and all Bae has to do is believe. First of all, Bae is...
I think it's B.
Really? I say Bae.
It's B.
B sounds weirder.
But because they call her like Bee and like Honey Bee and Busy Bee.
B? What a stupid
And because her
name.
full name's Beatrice.
Oh. That makes sense. Well, B, this whole book I've been like, Bae.
And you're like, wow, that's dumb.
Wow. Anyways, they stole her sister. Lo awakes in the ICU to find her parents are dead and her sister has abandoned her for the Unity Project. The more Lo learns, the more she's convinced the beloved organization is hiding sinister secrets. Yes, it is.
Shocking.
If only she could make B believe. Years later, when a man shows up at the magazine Lo works for, claiming the Unity Project killed his son, Lo sees the perfect opportunity to expose the group and reunite with B once and for all. But her investigation will put her in the direct path of Lev Warren, and he will make her question everything she thought was true and all she believes. Nice. Are you ready to belong? It says. And you have been chosen.
And then have you taken the sleeve off? It looks cool there too.
No.
Spooky.
Whoa.
There's no flaw in you.
I like the
I know.
forming of this book.
Right?
Damn.
It's so involved.
Really thought about it. Mm-hmm. Love it. Yeah, this cover, gorge.
Oh, it's so cool. And the book's new, right?
Yeah.
Like it just came out
January recently, yeah. Hot off the press.
Amazing.
Oh, that was bad. Something's coming out of me. No, it's stuck. She'll come.
Yeah.
So for potions and pairings, let's just, there are sweet potato fries, but let's just gloss over them.
Sure.
I
have gout now.
Yep. Ketchup was featured heavily, so I wanted the fries because you could dip them in ketchup. But I made a whoopsie and put too much salt. Not the first time I've done that.
Wasn't there also something about sweet potatoes, or was that in a different book? I swear someone was like, only ate sweet potatoes.
I don't think that was in this. The only food in this.
In something else I read.
They didn't really eat like a.
They didn't. No,
they had a lot
true.
of breakfast food with the kid.
But you're right. A lot of ketchup.
So they're decorative sweet potato fries.
Just a nice splash of fries.
I paired this with a wine, a barefoot Pinot Grigio, because they mentioned they had like citrus water in the cult, and this wine, I'll read it.
Okay.
Tart green apple flavors mixed up with a white peach undertone, floral blossoms, and a citrus aroma do the tango together.
Yeah.
Sunshine in a glass.
Oh.
So,
I love that description. Cheers.
Oh, that's good.
That is sunshine in a
That
glass.
is real summery. That's sweet.
That is going to be a good summer wine.
Oh, yeah, I could fuck that
Barefoot's like $9 too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, mama, we're going to tank that bottle today. Maybe in this episode.
Probably.
I love this book. Did you love this book?
I did. I love a good cult.
Yes.
It was fun.
I had to pick a cult book. Had to.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that it wasn't like crazy action the whole book. You don't even really know what the cult's doing until like the end of the book.
Yeah.
It's a real slow burn, which was exciting. It's a mystery novel.
It is.
Like something ain't right with this group because it's a cult. But Lev he keeps his secrets tight for a long time. And then when you do find out what's happening, Jesus Christ.
It kind of slaps you in the face.
Also,
but it's like, I got real NXIVM vibes from this one.
Yeah. Of course he's doing weird torture sex stuff.
Yeah.
Of
What
course,
else are you gonna do?
Of course he's dating both the sisters.
Ew, I can't believe. Oh, yeah.
She knew. One is Lo is 19, I believe, when they get together.
Yes.
B is, I think, at the time they started dating, she was also 19, somewhere around that.
Right, because she's 6 years older, and then she had been in the thing for like 6 years.
And Lev is a grown ass man.
Yes.
So, and also B, she has a heavy presence in this book, but you don't actually see or like hear from her in the present tense. So I knew she was.
I know.
Aww. But what happened to her remains a mystery for most of the book. And
the specifics are still a mystery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, he drowned her.
But like, why? Like, what did... Oh, because
she wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll drown her now.
Let her leave.
Yeah. Oh well, of course he's not a cult. What has a cult leader ever been like? Okay.
Yes. You may go.
You may go.
Well, but they have all the collateral.
Yeah. Well, Lev, actually, he doesn't even think technically that he's killing them, I don't think. He phrases it like, if you come out of the water, God has chosen you to live. If you don't come out of it, he says
what
something
is this,
like
the
that.
Salem witch trials? If you drown, you're human, but if you float, you're a witch.
It's God's. That's like all the serial killers who are like, oh, this door's open.
Oh, God wants me to murder this family.
No. Cool motive, still murder.
Yeah.
What was I saying about her? B. I don't know why Lo didn't call the police and ask for a wellness check on her. Because my whole thing, I would have been like, okay, let's say my brother joins a cult.
Right.
I would be like, okay, if you want to be in a cult, that's your prerogative. Sure. But I haven't seen or spoken to him in months or years in Lo's case. I just want to know he's alive.
She didn't really think she was dead, though, until later.
But you don't if some random person is always like, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
No, I would go to the cops.
That'd be my first thought.
Let me fucking physically see her and have her speak to me.
Yeah.
And if she wants to stay, cool. I just need to know she's alive.
Yeah.
Get with it, Lo.
True. So true. She's 19 though.
Yeah, and she's like salty about it.
And she had no parents.
Yeah.
She's doing her best.
Real doozy of a situation for these gals.
Sucks to be her, really.
It's also a thriller.
It was thrilling.
Super. Well, it wasn't like it was, but it wasn't. Like nothing like crazy happened for most of the book.
True.
But there's tension for everything.
And that gives you a thrill. It lights the fire under your ass. Ooh.
You know something's going to happen. And Lev, every time he entered a fucking room, he drove me crazy. I wanted Lo to scream. She fought him for a while, like verbally. She gave it to him good.
Yeah, and then she fucked him.
Yep. And
there that goes.
So it was just a real spicy book. And I loved it. Religious fiction. I only read it because like it is very like
that
godly.
was one of its genres. Religious fiction. Yeah.
But it's a cult. Like I would never just read like a religious book.
No.
If there's a murder cult, sign me right up. If it's just God, no. No.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah.
That's not stuff we read here at the book Coven.
Get out of here with that shit. Lots of good themes in this book. Faith, obviously, is a huge rigmarole in this.
So that was a good one for bringing them all together and like keeping them under Lev's watch because they totally, fully, without a single doubt, believed that he was like prophet from God.
Faith can do, it's a very powerful thing.
It is.
And if you, in the right way, it can be amazing for someone.
Sure, it can change people's lives.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can also manipulate people heavily with it and twist it. His thing, which I don't understand why anyone didn't think it, like, see this, he doesn't necessarily, like, he doesn't even really have faith in God. He just has faith in himself.
Yes, he's so
all
full of himself.
He's like, yeah, God. He doesn't even really go on about God that much. It's all his stupid ass. Like, oh, I see this.
Yeah.
God has given me this.
Right.
Blee, blah, 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 blah.
But that's like every cult leader. When you look back at history, they're all just like full of themselves. They'll be like,
always,
oh, God is speaking through me. But then also like, hey, your 16-year-old daughter, like, bring her to my house.
Yeah. God said she is my wife.
Yeah. What?
God said I should shoot you in the head with this shotgun.
Sorry, what?
I would love if a cult tried to poach me.
Oh
my mom,
God.
she would genuinely murder them all. As she would acquire a gun license on the way there somehow, get like a machine gun, the biggest gun she can get there. Not even just like, you have
We're in
5
Canada,
minutes,
so
bring me my daughter, or I'm popping it off here.
Busting ass.
Yeah, I don't want to blame Christianity, but also I think all the cults that I at least know of are God, Christian.
Well, they'll all, it's usually the Christian God, but that's just because it's so popular in the Western hemisphere, right? So we're like, that's what we're going to see the most of, right? Whereas there might be some weird cults in other parts of the world. Like there was that one from Wild Wild Country where they came from India and like all those rich white people and just started their own weird commune and took over a whole tiny little town. And then that guy died and they were still like they were mourning him and oh my God, they were obsessed. It's just a guy.
Yeah.
And he barely said anything.
I don't get it at all. But I guess like you pick someone and then like if they have faith in that one guy, they believe in that one guy, it's like they're following something bigger than them, but it's not like them, so it puts a little pressure off of them, but they still feel important. I think that's a part of it.
I could never regard anyone like that. Like no.
Nor would any
You're not
deity.
special.
No God, no matter what religion,
would be like,
whatever.
I choose this guy.
Even Jesus was he was basically a cult leader, but from that time. And the Bible is just a bunch of schmucks writing their account of God and like their account of Jesus.
Right.
God didn't pick him. He just said, oh yeah, God picked me.
Right. Anyone can say that.
No deity would choose one human and be like, that's my
It just doesn't seem
person.
practical.
No. That's not what they're about.
Yeah.
They're the gods. They have all the power.
Why would they choose anyone?
Yeah, their whole thing is like, also they're not going to use someone to bring more people to them.
Sure.
Their whole thing is like, if you need to communicate with them, you call them, you
Right.
act on them.
You find me.
Not some fucking guy. But like, there's no middleman with gods.
It's like Jesus is the broker.
Yeah. No. This came at a timely time for me.
A timely time.
A timely time. Because I've been
Are you joining a cult?
No, but like I'm more like, I don't believe in God. I have not found God, but I have found a demon. And so like my faith has increased
Okay, but
in like higher powers.
right.
I still don't believe in like God, but I believe there are other like high entities
Okay.
of higher.
Yeah.
And like I have more faith in myself
See, that's important.
and my magic.
That's the most important.
Yep. And if only these dang kids just believed in themselves.
It's just the fact that he's preying on their weaknesses to make them follow him. And he's telling them, like, these are vulnerable people who
Yeah.
are so unsure of themselves. And he's telling them, like, you're perfect and you're what God wants and whatever. And they're like, yes, now I feel good. But it's like, man, we can make each other feel good like that without manipulation. And like,
no one person is good enough to put all this on and like change the world like he's trying to change the world.
he's trying to
Humans,
fuck it.
like no one human is gonna be any kind of prophet, no matter how hard they try.
Right.
We are naturally fucking dumb. We're naturally hateful,
Competitive.
and we are ruled by our egos. It's like that's why a god is not gonna pick a human to be the chosen one.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
Nah. You need
the
something
ego.
like animals who aren't ruled by their ego to carry something like that. Because your ego, no matter how good you think you are, like you're always going to do something to better your life.
Right.
To put yourself first.
Right.
Love.
Let's worship bunnies. Just like a little bit. They're just looking there like, huh, lots of humans around me right now.
Oh, I guess I'll leave.
Yeah.
Everybody hide.
Just eating this grass.
Hide under the house. Go.
Get in there.
Yeah, with cults, I think what get me the most about cults, it's not, everyone says like, oh, they're so charismatic, the leaders. It's not really charisma. It's like you said, they're just very smart with who they target.
They're smart with who they
They
target.
pick the most broken of people.
But here's the thing. So NXIVM, a lot of smart people join NXIVM.
That's also why I'm scared of, because even B and Lo, when this started, they weren't religious.
Right.
They were, modern women who were like, cult leaders. What?
Yeah,
That's
what?
fucking stupid. And Lo was more resistant than B. She hated Lev. And they still fell for it.
I know.
Because they pick people who have massive trauma. They're at their lowest. They study them. They know just what to say to get that person.
That's it. It's a case-by-case basis, right? So if you want someone who's more intelligent and harder to get, you just study what they're about and you figure out what you can say to, like, get in
and
on
eventually,
them.
like, they have so many people in the cult.
Yeah.
And so many, like, high-up people like Casey who they probably watch people before they go after them. So they know precisely how they're going to poach you. It's the worst kind of manipulation.
It's just a game.
They're the worst kinds of people. I hate cult leaders.
Oh, I know. They're always sleeping with children.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And it's like, I'm so scared that like if a cult leader came after me, because like you never think before you join a cult, oh, I would join a cult.
So if there's a cult of payment, you might be at risk.
Yep.
Just know that you shouldn't follow anyone because, like, just do you.
Yeah, payment wouldn't do that though. Payment's all about like, the power comes from you, bruh.
Right.
You channel. You just called me. I'm just like a mentor, dude. Don't worry about me.
But what if they say that? If they're just like, oh, no, we're not,
I would never follow a cult that says a god of some sort chose this dude
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to
No,
carry
that's
out
fair.
messages and change the world. No.
Yeah.
If gods wanted to change the world, they would have. It's not up to them to fix us.
Right.
This is our world. If we fuck it up, it's on us, bro.
Right.
They're just watching like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, you really did that again? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Was that a mass shooting? Oh, geez.
I'm gonna read the oath that they take.
Oh, fuck. That was only in it
Because-
like once, right?
Yeah, it really boiled my blood, let me tell you. I believe Lev Warren has been called by God. I believe I am his chosen. I believe he is my refuge and his faithfulness my shield, and that to dwell in his shadow is to live in the light of the Lord. The world will fall around his fortress, but all inside will remain untouched, for no evil shall happen upon those under the cover of Lev's wings. In return for setting his love, grace, and protection upon me, whenever he calls, I will answer.
Great.
I will guard him in all his ways. I will honor, uphold, and exemplify my salvation in my commitment to God through the workings of his Unity Project and in obedience of his one true Redeemer, Lev Warren. I free myself of my sins, of my past, and of my life before the Unity Project so that I allow truth faith to take root. I understand the sacrifices this asks of me, and will continue to ask of me. Amen. So
Okay.
that's not an oath to God. It's an
oath to
for
Lev.
his own damn self.
Yeah, come on, guys.
This
Put
boy,
shit together. If you have to take an oath about the leader of the thing you're joining, that's red flag.
No.
Waving proud.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, he was a little sad little boy who was abused. So he says.
So he says.
I do think he was abused.
It's never corroborated.
But he definitely killed his mom. That's
and that's the
100%
thing.
Sure.
If he killed her, what if it was because people were starting to try and uncover him, and he knew that she would out him? Like, no, I don't abuse my son. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe she never did, and he did it to himself.
It could. I mean, he is just selfishly motivated.
Right.
I don't know how no one can see that. It's all him. Do my bidding. Give me everything you own.
Yeah.
Work only for me. If you sin, I will clear your sins. I will remake you in my image, not God's image.
Mine.
My image.
Yeah.
He burns people with his burns. Which, if he wasn't abused and he just burned himself for the story of it,
I mean, maybe.
that's a whole new type of
Of crazy, of manipulation, of low. Yeah. It's just, that's real low. But like, because he was even saying at one point that people who are hurt want to hurt other people. And he was saying it as if Lowe was doing that, but he was doing that. Like, you have all these burn marks, and then now you're burning other people.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's because for their redemption and shit.
No,
it's
it
like,
doesn't
you're literally
redeem.
doing the thing you just said.
Yeah. And it's, I don't understand what he was doing with that. Like, suffer what I've suffered.
Well, if they did
So
something
you'll
wrong,
know
it was punishment.
suffering. But everyone who joins, you pick them because they know suffering. All you talk about is their suffering.
I know. But then if they disobey or something,
Yeah, it's like,
right?
well,
like,
I'll burn you.
You
And
had
then
sex with him. Now I'm going to torture both of you.
And then they thank him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yes, I've been cleansed.
It's the brainwashing.
No.
It's the
See, this is
brainwashing.
another thing where, like, since ye old days, when you hear, like, sacrifice, like when you summon something and they say sacrifice, we are stupid and we take that literally. Like, okay, I will kill my child. No, it's like acknowledging what isn't serving you in your life and
rid of
just
it.
not doing that.
Yes.
That's all they say. That's all they mean, bruh.
Yeah.
You don't gotta physically kill anyone.
That shows that we're fucked. She must have researched the shit out of cults because it felt very
Oh, yeah.
modern and like very real, because I've looked up a lot of cult stuff too, and this felt accurate.
Yeah.
It was good.
They
It
have
was
a
very
good,
well done.
Like the Unity Project itself is a well-oiled machine. They
Yes,
do a
like
lot
NXIVM.
they do a lot of good. The Unity Project.
Yeah.
They have a lot of like homeless shelters.
Right.
They're big on community outreach, getting like food for the hungry. They are, and like the members themselves, they seem fine.
Yeah.
They're a good bunch. Lev and Casey.
The leaders.
Yeah. They are the ones that they take something, like, see, they could have made something beautiful.
I know.
They really could have. And they had so many resources.
They
and
just
so
wanted
many,
so much control of people
Yeah.
for some reason. It's like Keith Raniere and that woman. What's her
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Salzman. Nancy Salzman.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, cults. Every once in a while, there's that cult in Kingston, Ontario, that owns a sandwich shop, which still is wild.
I mean,
to
if
me.
you're gonna have a cult, you're gonna need some sandwiches.
I don't know I haven't really dug into them, like if there's any
Right.
sprinklings of abuse in there, but I don't really know what they're about, but I know they're cults. And they'll give you like their pamphlets, I think, with their food. Like, hey, if you want with your sandwich.
You're like, no, thank you.
Just want. Their sandwiches do sound good, though. I'll give them that.
Someone mailed my office some cult documents. We kept them. I can't remember what the cult was called, but it was pretty funny. It was like a whole book.
Oh,
there was like a folder with all this info on like their gatherings and stuff, and then there was a little book about how God did something, and that's how this cult was formed. They didn't say cult, obviously, but it was.
What
it was
are the?
pretty
How
funny.
do? Okay. What about all the other cult leaders that say they're chosen by God? What do they say to them?
They're
That
like,
makes-
no, he's a false prophet.
But what made him a false prophet? Because you're not that dissimilar to him. You guys are both doing the same kind of shit.
No, they're hoping no one else thinks about it.
But there are so many cults, recorded
I know.
cults,
I know.
going on.
I know. They're like, nah, that was a false.
It's
was
just
false.
it makes no. I can't like comprehend it. And like there are some huge cults.
Scientology.
Yep.
It's big. It's big.
And
It's
they
all in
got
Florida.
Tom Cruise.
They got
Elizabeth
Tom
Moss.
Cruise.
Real heavy hitters up there.
I know.
And it's not even like a cult worshiping God. Okay, I can understand like people falling, but like aliens and
Well, but that's how so that makes more sense for like a newer age group
But
of
it
people, right?
sounds
Especially Hollywood
ludicrous.
people. I know, but especially Hollywood people.
it's like Heaven's Gate said there were like lizards and shit. And
yeah, people buy into it. The Scientology one blows my mind because the guy was literally a fiction writer.
yeah, and
He
it
was an
sounds like
author. He was a failed
everything
author.
Sounds like fiction in there. You level up, and when you're level 5, you can like fly and shit.
Even his wife said none of this was real. He did this because he knew he couldn't be taxed and he wanted money.
I love how people are like
But like,
should
no,
we
let's
do?
brush that off. His wife was just bitter. What?
and now like you can't back out now. Look at it.
I
Look
mean,
at what
you're-
it's become.
You're done. You're in. You're stuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, I lost another thought. There it goes.
Cults are fun, man.
Yeah.
They get you.
They really, they're just, and like they have, I don't know how it's like it doesn't sound legal,
You just register as a
but
religion.
it's legal. And so, yeah, anyone can just be like, I am a cult now. Thank you. Beep, bop, boop.
Well, some of
Cults.
them aren't legal,
Yeah.
right? And they're kind of underground, and they do things to skirt.
But
The
people
law.
like these, they have all these huge lands, which of course no one really dug into how they got them. Of course it was blackmail. Of course, no one's just going to be like, oh yes, please take my farm.
Take my farm. Yeah, that was so fishy. Oh, they don't live here anymore. They prefer
Casey.
it that way.
Casey's an interesting. I knew something wasn't right with that fish. Do you think they had a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Do you think they still have a romantic relationship? I think Lev picked her because he knew she was insane. I think her past was never really, they didn't really get into it,
Right.
but there are hints that like something happened. And she was there when he killed B.
Sure.
She was there for all the tortures. It said she knew everything that was going on.
Yeah.
She's probably the one that calls people.
And just breathes.
Yeah. And plays a record and like stalks because she's rich. So
Right.
she has all the money. So I think he just picked her because she's a psychopath.
And she has
he
money.
was like, hey, you want to torture people and I'll give you this house?
And
you
he
can
needs
stay in?"
money.
And she
Yeah.
was like, that sounds fun. That's a
Yeah.
good job for me.
Here's my bank account.
Oh my God.
It's smart, right? For
Yeah.
the leader to try and get rich people, right?
Yep.
Then you
And you can't do it because, they on paper, they seemingly gave everything to the cult.
On
so the
paper,
cops
yeah.
would be like, well,
did it.
what do you want from me, bruh?
Brainwashing, though.
Yeah. It's just, it all seems real crimey to me.
Yeah.
Real crime. But the laws of law how you go about charging people.
Right.
There's so many like things you got to do.
Loopholes.
It's I don't want to mess with it. Ugh. I wish if I was a investigator of any sort, I would want to specifically work with cults. I don't know if that's
What a
thing.
fun job.
You just travel the world for cults.
Yeah.
Tell me
Private
about it, bro.
investigating.
Oh, that's so
You get a call like, I think my daughter's in a cult. You're like,
Say
fuck
no
yeah,
more.
I'm on it.
Where is she? Let's do this.
Fucking on it.
And then eventually, like, they know, they all know that you're the one that, like, stops cults.
And they're just like, shit.
You're enemy number one.
Love it.
That'd
be so fun.
So good old trauma is another huge part of this book.
True debt.
Holy moly, these girls. What a life.
So many car accidents.
Yeah, so Lo and her parents were in a car accident. Parents die instantly. Lo's in a coma for a while. Badly injured. Wakes up, have the old, hey, your parents are dead.
But then she keeps like going in and out of hazes,
Yeah.
thinking that her mom's
Which
there.
is why it was so confusing to her because she saw them there.
Yeah, she's like,
they're
I just saw
what
her.
do you mean they're dead?
Oh.
And both of them, like, it's interesting to see how the same trauma affected them in such different ways.
Yeah.
Lo obviously was in the crash, so she is closer to it. And she, like, not only did she lose her parents, but she kind of lost herself too, because she has massive injuries. She couldn't take care of herself, so she has to go through the indignity of, like, someone bathing you and putting clothes on you. And she's young. And now, like, I feel like obviously she has survivor's guilt.
Yes.
For sure. Her body, I don't really think she feels like her body is her body anymore.
Right. That's why they always pointed out the scar.
She has huge scars that you can't hide. She's terrified all the time. She's angry all the time.
She's bitter.
Yeah. And it's like she just wanted to die
Yeah.
with it. And then Bae, and her sister leaves her too, which is that's the icing on the cake.
But that's because she felt like she lost her
Yeah.
whole family.
Bae, and she has to watch this happen to her sister, and like suddenly she's not a kid anymore. She is the oldest one. She has to take care of her sister. She
a lot of
can't
pressure.
really grieve her parents because, like, she's got this gal. She watches her sister become someone else.
Yeah.
She just can't take it anymore, so they just split. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
Ripe
Lots of
for a
identity
cult.
crisis in this.
Yeah.
Which exactly, ripe for a cult.
Yeah. None of them.
I don't know who I am. I don't know who you are.
I can't believe he was
know
in the
who Lev
hospital
is.
church. He was like, please, God, I need a miracle. He's like, hello.
Oh, yeah, and they all thought he brought Lo back from the dead.
I did love that one priest that was like, well, now you were in a hospital, so...
Don't you think the doctors had something to do with that? And she's like, wait, what?
But I was
Doctors?
I was so hurt.
Yeah, you were also in a hospital
You were
for
on-
weeks.
You were on lots of life support. You had the best care.
Oh, yeah, she was on a ventilator for a while, too.
People come out of coma.
Machines were literally keeping you alive.
You weren't brain dead.
And that's what counts.
Yeah, he just got lucky and you happen to wake up.
Probably
at that time.
because you felt the energy of like 10 people suddenly enter your room.
Yeah.
What fresh
And it was
hell
like
is this?
a few, I don't know if it was months or weeks after the accident, but it wasn't like fresh out of the accident.
No, it wasn't. She
Maybe
had
he
already
was-
been like in and out at that point.
Maybe he was like hovering in the hospital, like
think so?
monitoring patients, seeing like, okay, when can I come
When
in
can I perform
here?
a
Like,
miracle?
yeah. Oh, look, they're alive. Look at me go.
God damn it. Like the cats who predict.
Yeah, neither of them have purpose in life.
Yeah.
And Lev is like, oh, I gave you life. Your purpose, like, you were my salvation. That's how he phrases it to Lo. And he's like, oh, just give me all your hate and your fears, and I'll take it for you.
Sure.
I'll make you feel special. I'll take
Well,
care
he
of
said
you.
before he slept with each of them, he said there is no flaw in you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And all they see is
So
flaws.
creepy for that him to say it to each one. You know that means every time he's with anyone, he's like, that's what he says.
Yep.
That's how he gets into your life.
Oh, he was probably like, while they're having sex, she's like, yeah, I worked on your sister too.
Yep.
Yeah, and B got older, so he had to
Yeah.
fucking toss her.
Again, that's what it seemed like.
And he was there when she was like 13, and he was probably like, I'm gonna have sex with you one day, little girl. Gross. Maybe it was all about Lo from the start. Like, he never really wanted B. He just like, I want this girl. Because he knew he could if he saved her.
It's just giving me real My Dark Vanessa vibes.
Yeah, people are gross, and this book just really shows that.
Yeah. It was written very well. To hate a character this much is fantastic.
Oh my God. When she started, like, she kept going there. She kept crying around him. She'd walk into his cabin, and like, I knew she was gonna fucking fall for him.
I know.
And I was so
Still took me back though, because like,
yeah, and I don't want to blame her for it, because like she was going through shit.
She's going through a lot. Well, and he manipulated her with her car accident.
Yeah, he cut the brakes, obviously,
but then wouldn't take her to a hospital and got the car totaled immediately. Yeah. Just like, oh, don't worry, my mechanic took it, and he said it's completely wrecked, so he took it to the junkyard.
Well, she saw the car.
Yeah,
she saw that. Yeah, it was in a shape that wasn't great, but it
like,
wasn't
why are
totaled.
you getting rid of it?
And she knew he was pushing the buttons, the brakes. Sorry, not the buttons, and it wasn't breaking. So obviously,
also, where's the insurance company in all this? You guys reporting this collision?
Oh, Casey probably did some rich people stuff.
Beep boop beep.
They're like the family of the Unity Project. And Foster. Oh, and Emmy. So not only, oh my God, another just...
I like Foster.
Foster was a good guy. I was hoping he would get out of it, and he did.
He did.
So good on him.
But
he was he didn't really believe that B was killed, and he was willing to give his own child to Lev, which is horseshit.
Yeah, but then he snapped out of it. I was glad that he still had faith in God, because they didn't.
Yeah,
that would have been too weird if he just had that major of a shift where he's just like, I don't believe in anything anymore. So it was still
like Lev. Like, what Lev did is shit, but all of the characters, they did like get themselves out of their various dark places, and they use faith to build themselves again, which they're like, it is good. Lev was just like a weird, really bad mentor, but the end result is that they
but that's what the church pastor was trying to say. He's like, guys, I can help you too, and without you being in a cult,
you don't have to give me all of your earthly possessions.
You just come to me every week, like, hello.
Yeah, there's cheaper options, guys. Yeah. Just keep looking around.
Just donate to the church.
Emmy and B's whole... I mean, I understood that she didn't feel like a mom for a long time. Or actually, she did feel like a mom, but Lev wouldn't...
postpartum depression.
Yeah. And Lev wouldn't let her see herself as a mom.
He wouldn't let Emmy know that she was the mom.
And he told the entire community that
she
she said she wasn't ready for it. So just go along with this. She's not Emmy's mom.
Right.
And then... yeah, she was just trapped in that. Mm-hmm. And she got herself out of the postpartum depression and to a point where she could love her kid.
And she wanted to run away with her, of course.
Yeah.
And I like that Lo picked up on that. She was like, she wouldn't have left Emmy here.
Yeah.
And left on her own. She wouldn't have done that.
But she did still join the cult.
I know.
So she knew that, but she was still...
and she still joined, yeah.
You just ignore things that don't... You want something so bad.
Like the kettle is whistling in the back, and she's just like, oh, what's that?
No.
Nope.
Seems I just want a family again. I want to be loved. I want to feel special. Blah.
Get a different family.
Emmy's got... I mean, she's young enough that I don't know if it will really psychologically fuck her up.
I don't think so.
I think she'll forget about it.
Can you remember anything from when you were 4?
God, no. Really good story, though, to say, like, hey, you know that guy, that cult leader that died?
He said he was my dad
for
like 4 years.
I would write a book.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I was 3
you don't
when
remember
it happened,
anything.
I was in a cult, and here's my story.
Here's my story as told from third-party accounts.
Oh, I'd read that book.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I hope. Do you think the Unity Project will continue? Someone will start, like, keep trying it.
So
Like, enough of it.
that's a slippery pickle. Because, like, I want to compare it to real life events, right? So, like, I mean, obviously, after Jonestown, that didn't keep going.
Over 900 died.
Yeah,
That would be a little
Scientology.
tough to. Well, yes, but let's just sweep that. Look at all the good we did. Where?
For Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard has died, but it's still going.
Yep.
NXIVM, I think, still has people following it. But
I think
most
Heaven's
of them
Gate-
are in jail.
I think Heaven's Gate still has this site. Like, it's still run
They
by
still
two
have a
guys.
site, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably some old timers who are like, oh yeah, they laugh when the aliens are here.
We'll be the ones safe. Sure. Okay.
They remind me of Scientology and Heaven's Gate remind me of this cult that's in Parks and Recreation. Oh. Where like every year they book a park to have their end of the world like shindig, and then like nothing happens. And he's like, oh, hey, how's April next year?
Oh my God.
The texts were wrong. Oh,
that's beautiful. Yeah, I think Unity Project, if there are higher up members that are still like not,
because again, like they do still have a lot of like homeless centers.
Yeah.
And
maybe they'll rebrand.
Yeah.
New names.
I hope. I think in this case, I hope they take like the good of what like Lev lied to them, saying like, "Oh yeah, I want to change the world," but I hope they take like his message and actually like, okay, we can do good here, because they seem just like some nice folks, just like running a soup
most
kitchen.
of them, yeah.
And then they can all have group therapy sessions where they're like, oh, so yeah, we have been abused for several years. Let's dig into that.
None of that like confession booth stuff.
That was a huge red flag. That I don't know why that they record them. Even though they say
but it's for
like,
you.
Yeah, it's not for anyone, but you're recording it, and then you play them.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, but it's just like church. They don't record you in church.
Son. Nope. So many red flags. I don't. You know what? Whatever. Join a fucking cult. Do what you want. It's stupid, but God, so many. I want to talk to someone who wasn't a cult or is in one now.
Well, watching Seduced is a good way to get that.
Yeah.
Because you get like the perspective of why she joined and why she stayed. And then she says why she finally clicked. It's like, oh, wait a second. How many vagina pictures did I have to send him?
That seemed odd, yeah.
I don't think I trust this anymore.
Oh my God. Did you watch both of them?
I did. Yeah.
I think I like Silence better.
The Vow? There's The Vow and Seduced.
Seduced, yeah, that's what I meant.
I think I like that one better too, because that one was all about DOS.
Yeah.
Whereas The Vow was about the whole thing.
Not
as much as DOS of DOS.
Not that it like painted the cult in a good way, but it was a little less like Seduced really got into how awful they were.
Right. Well, The Vow was, showing you how they all got suckered in. And then Sarah Edmondson left NXIVM or left DOS early enough that she didn't have that much dirt on it.
Yeah.
But then this girl was fucking in it, right?
I wonder what the next big cult is going to be. Every few years, one like it's on the news where you're like, damn.
I really want Alison Mack to write a book so I can know her perspective on the whole thing. I'm just so curious. Yeah. I don't want to pay for it, like money, because I don't want her to get my money. But
I was watching the guy that played Lex Luthor. He was a guest
Rosenbaum?
Yeah, he was a guest on this podcast that I listened to. And they were asking about it. And
he's
his,
like, fuck, I don't know.
His so many ways of like, look, she mentioned it, but I thought like, oh, okay, that's just a nice wellness thing.
Yeah. Everyone thought it was just a self-help group. Like Kristen Kirk joined it for like a hot minute.
When anyone asks the actors about it, they're like, listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Don't put my name next to their name.
Don't you put
in that article.
evil on me.
I knew nothing.
At the end of the day, you're not going to get along with all your coworkers.
It's
There's always that one odd duck in the office.
You know, sometimes they're in a cult.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Would love if I had a coworker and every day I'd be like, walk me morning to night. What's your fucking day like?
Well, but here's the thing. They wouldn't work with you. They'd be only working for the cult. In every cult, there's so much involved that everyone who's in it ends up working for them, right? So, like, no money gets tossed around. There's these, like, communities in certain countries that, like, they're not cults, but they're like
of cultish.
Well,
a whisper of cult.
A whisper. They're very weird, where it's like a community, like a commune.
Yeah,
where they like. No, there's no money. Everyone contributes to the development of the village.
there's stuff like that
call
in like in Costa Rica where like they all live together. They all like make group meals and shit and like grow their own food. They're not fucking torturing anyone.
No. I think
It's
that's
not
just a
about
hippie
God.
commune.
Yeah, I do like the hippie. I could see us on a hippie, our own hippie commune.
I think we could,
of witchcraft.
We could do that. Yeah.
And if anyone wants to join, no.
No.
Closed group, thank you. Bye.
You probably won't like us, so you just leave.
Oh my! I would love if someone called us a cult. I'm like, I don't want fucking people around me. That's the last thing I want.
Right? Our goal is not to grow.
That's another reason that they would never get me in a cult because there's like hundreds of people in there
Well, and
that
they're
you
trying-
have to be involved.
You have to recruit.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard pass
Fuck
for
off.
me.
I have
I'm
to talk to someone.
Yeah.
No.
Come join our mission.
There was Jehovah's Witness. They're not a cult, but they have a whisper of cult. Yeah,
All religions are a cult.
Yes, technically. Yes.
We just got a nice letter from one of our neighbors that asking us to go to their Jehovah's church. There's one very close to here.
Yeah, there's
right?
one near my house too, and they always in the summer fucking knock, knock, knock.
Oh, really? I don't think we've gotten any knocking, but we got the letter, which threw me off because
that's right.
I looked at it. It was handwritten envelope, and I'm like, this is going to be about Jesus. I open it, giant picture of Jesus, like huge with the biggest smile, and like.
I remember I wasn't a kid, but I was like, I don't know, 15 or something. Heard a knock at the door, answered it. I'm in fucking pajamas. Like
Yeah, you're home.
Yeah. And these fucking grown ass women, they're like fresh out of the gate. What do you think happens when someone dies? And I was like, it's
excuse me?
And I tried.
That is a fun question.
I did it, and you know me, like I can't like just say to someone
right
like
on the spot.
go away. So I just like was stumbling through this fucking horrible answer. My dad just came downstairs. I was like, she's a kid.
Yeah,
no. And they're like, we'd love to see you at our gather. Not to my dad, to me, the child.
Oh my
like,
God.
Please come.
Right. Because they're like, we're women, you're a woman, join us.
And then they came, like. Not every day, but every other day. They kept coming, and I just have to stop answering the door. Like, no, I don't care about it.
Oh, man. It's brutal.
I've had people approach me in a snowstorm, a violent snowstorm, huddled like,
it's like the wind and
yeah.
Have you heard the word? And you're like, huh?
I'm trying not to die out here. I don't give a fuck about
Try
where
not to
we
blow
go.
away.
It's why are you out here?
Time and a place, folks.
I just wanted to like hold their heads like God would want you to stay warm.
Yeah.
Please.
We don't have these beautiful modern houses for nothing, sir.
Unbelievable. But yeah, I look forward to that this week because now I can be like, I like demons, and I'll give them my demon sigil.
Here's what you do: they ask you a question, and you'd say, "I have a counter. How do you feel about demons, specifically Payman?"
King Payman.
King
I just start
Payman.
saying his in,
Yes,
and they'll be like, oh.
they'll run away. They'll run.
You know, ironically, I have felt nothing but love and support and encouraging messages from Payman.
Yeah.
Because demons are they're only bad and like demons. Because Christians were like, oh, they're from hell. They are evil. They want to corrupt you. No.
But if you don't believe in hell, hey, there you go. Safe.
It's literally like, oh, you seem to have a lot of fear and anxiety in your life. Let's get that out of
rid
here.
of it.
So you can live a calmer, better life.
And you're
and
like,
I'll be like, thank
hell
you.
yeah, brother.
And then I'll get cards like love and courage. And I'm like, man, stop. You know what they did to me in Catholic church? Just like, what are your sins? Why did
15
you
Hail
do that?
Marys.
Yeah. Fucking, if you do this, you're going to burn in hell. Your gay friend,
Well, it's about
he's
fear,
going to
right?
go to hell.
A
Yeah.
lot of cults and stuff they ride on your
I wonder
fears.
where my deep fears come from.
Being told that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God, always being told that, like, no holding hands, it's a sin.
God.
If you have sex now, you're cheating on your future husband.
We had a religion
Excuse me?
teacher chase our friend down the hall because she knew
That's
he was
appropriate.
gay. And she just
Oh.
scream at him all the time. Like, why would you want this to be your life? Why would you do this to yourself?
You know what I don't want to be my life? You chasing me down the hall.
Once again, that is a child
That's a child.
that you are chasing, telling them they're going to burn in hell.
because
Ma'am.
he likes dick.
Yeah.
Leave him and his dicks alone.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Ridiculous. That's like such horrifying news to these people. But the rest that goes on in the world is fine.
Oh, I've too much world news for me this past month.
Yeah. Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
It's all so sad.
Let's go to a positive note.
Yay.
How does this inspire women?
Yay.
I found this to be really inspiring for women because, again, B and Lo are fucked at the beginning of this book. They're sad, they're miserable, their whole life fell apart. They don't know what their purpose is in life. Lo seems to not really want to be alive.
Right.
It's a shit show.
Yeah.
They do fall under the manipulation of this fuck cunt. But both of them realize, like realizes that what he's doing is wrong. This isn't God's work.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her daughter. There's nothing wrong with who she had sex with to have her kid. And that she wants. They build themselves back up.
Yeah.
And
On
then
their own.
On their own, yes.
Sorry.
And at the end, like, Lo loses her sister, yes, so she has that to deal with. And she has whole new traumas with Lev. But she finds herself in her whole investigation of the cult and her worth at that, and that she's not a mistake. And she's not a mistake because Lev thinks she's not a mistake.
Right.
She's just not a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
And she came to that conclusion by herself, which is great. Also, Lo really stood her ground at her job, where she knew she had a skill with writing, that her words were going to mean something. And she was more than a secretary. And, like, she kept, whenever he tried to be like, oh, yeah, but, like, you stay my assistant, I'll, like, mentor you.
He's like,
you know?
people would kill for this job.
No, she was like, fuck you. I'm talented. You saw that talent in me. You just are scared to let me have this opportunity. So I'm going to leave because I'm not going to work for people that don't see my worth.
Yes. Yeah. I loved how they talked to each other. Yes. It was so just like real. Like they didn't, if they thought it, they said it. And like that, it being in a boss employee situation.
Shocked
that's
fantastic. Also, she's 19.
I know.
She seems like
she should be a journalist with that attitude. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's like, no, this story's going to fucking slay. And I'm not going to let you write it. I'm going to write this fucking story. And yeah, when he challenged her, she was just like, okay, fuck you, I quit.
Yeah.
If it's not you, I'll find someone else to give this story.
What I didn't like, though, is her and that other woman in the office, their relationship. Because that had the very typical women working together who don't like each other.
Yeah.
Because that's always like a common trope. But I've worked with a lot of women and like, you don't get along all the time, but like
even the ones
not
that
like that in the movies, you know?
The ones that like were complete opposites. Really, like, I hate everything they're doing. Right. I would never say, like, oh, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, because, like, just who fucking cares?
We're different people.
On different paths.
I'm just here to fucking clock in, do my work, and fuck off.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, that's on you, honey boo.
I just wish they had a actual decent relationship.
I think they're at the end when she goes back.
It was definitely better.
Yeah, because she's also, like, her equal now.
Yeah.
I think Lindsay also, just because she started where she was.
True. So she felt like
she almost had to be that fucking sassy.
Because, I got out of it, and I'm here now.
Like, you got out of it, but you were in it for a long time. Don't forget that. So, And if you can get out of it, she can get out of it.
Yeah.
Everyone
also, like,
starts somewhere.
Yes, she's 19.
Yeah. Give her a
Christ.
fucking chance. Yeah. And also she was like, maybe it's because she was sleeping with her boss the whole time. So she felt like kind of ashamed of that.
Maybe.
And she just didn't. She wanted to be more superior-ish to her.
Maybe.
There's a whole lot you can unpack with that.
True.
But what's important is that Lev dies at the end.
That is important.
By a woman. I don't know how she got out of that.
She doesn't even know how she got out of it.
That's like you know you're about to die, so you go blank and you just fight. You're like, what happens, happens.
She just fucking blacked out and like, zoom.
And yeah, Foster's like, only one of you came out. What was happening?
What?
Well,
Shit.
Sometimes people drown.
Whoopsie doopsie.
What a power move. As soon as he put her in there, I was like, she should drown his ass in this lake.
And then,
And she fucking did. Yeah.
I like the way it was written, too, because, like, it's just kind of like, wait, did that just happen?
I guess God wanted that to happen, right?
Right, Lev?
Didn't choose you after all. It's God's will that you died. I hope she said that as she was drowning him.
I think she was too blind. Ah!
Man, the rage, the strength you get when you're like pushed.
Oh, and if you think you're gonna die, 100%. Yeah. Yep.
I would go ape shit.
That's like the mom adrenaline, right? Where they're just like, you got mom superpowers when you think your child's in danger.
I would probably go the same route as her. Blackout, no idea what happens, wake up, and you're just like skinned. I don't know.
You're just covered in blood, like, beep, boop, beep. Chelsea. It happened.
I call Bathsheba, like, look, I know legally, like, you can't, like, stab someone 80 times in self-defense, but, like, what if I say the weapon I used, I never intended it to be a weapon?
I mean,
it just happened.
What really counts as overkill?
I would just plead. Yeah, I guess I would plead, like,
Insanity.
I was terrified. I knew I was going to die, and I just went somewhere. It's not my fault. It's not on me, bro.
Hey, as long as you can get some like psychologists corroborating that for you, then you're good.
I think that's fair. I don't think anyone should get charged for defending themselves.
I guess it really depends.
Yeah. I mean, against someone like who's trying to murder you.
No, he was gonna murder her, so like that makes
tough
that
cookie.
checks out.
One of us is gonna die. We'll see who makes it.
Yeah.
Out.
Get it up.
It really bugs me, like, you can't have, like, the weapons that you can't have mace, you can't have, if you defend yourself with, like, a knife or something, like, you'll still get charged for it.
Well, okay, here's the thing about the knife. I know some women like to carry a small knife on them and shit because they're like, oh, it's to protect myself. Here's the secret. You're not protecting yourself. You have a knife on you that you don't know how to use, let's be honest. He's going to take it and then use it on you. Because most of the time they're not even armed because they don't need to be. They're twice our size and they're more than twice our strength. Like, it's just the truth. Like, putting your keys in your knuckles, good idea. Because then at least if you're hitting him, you're doing more damage, right? But you don't know how to use a knife. Don't let him take, like, don't give him a weapon, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I always think
I've done a lot of self-defense.
Yeah, I really should. I really fucking should. Because all I think when I'm walking is like, what if someone...
You'll feel better if you do self-defense.
Yeah.
Because then you won't feel as powerless, right? So you'll feel a little more comfortable walking. I want to do Krav Maga because of that, because you learn how to disarm people with Krav Maga.
Such power.
Also, it's like the most terrifying martial arts.
I would just tell him, like, sir, I know Krav Maga.
Maga.
Do you want to tango?
Yeah, exactly. Because in Krav Maga, they fight dirty. They fight so dirty.
Yeah, that's basically what I do in my daily walks. I always
just like, how am I going to die today?
Every time I take a corner, I fully turn.
Yeah.
So who's behind me,
just in case.
And like I'm like eye contact with the people that are behind me, just to say like I see
you. Yeah, it's true. Works.
Yeah. Anyways,
a cop did tell me though. He's like, yeah, you can't carry mace, but like carry a little jar full of. Well,
I heard hairspray, like maximum hold hairspray.
Like just carry a jar full of like pepper and like spicy powders because you throw it in someone's eyes. It's like pocket sand, except hot. Surprise! Really hot pocket sand.
Oh yeah, I really like. I don't ever listen. Just don't test me because it's gonna get fucking weird real fast. And
Let's just not go there.
And then I'm gonna be in jail, even though you tried to kill me. But then I like burnt you alive.
Or we'll have a Brock Turner situation.
Just leave it.
Leave it alone.
I would just tell him like, "Are you sure you want to open this box,
Sir, you want to go there?
Because I'm a little off, and I don't know what's gonna happen." If you do.
You have 5 seconds till I scream.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Now, like,
They're just like, fuck me.
Shriek as loud as you fucking can.
Yeah. But you yell
like
fire.
that guy in New Orleans who blocked our way with his bike.
Yeah, him and his friend.
Yeah, asking for, I think, a cigarette. I don't even know.
And then they followed
wanted.
us.
Yeah.
And they were just flirting with girls at the table.
Yep.
And you know what? I don't want to judge those girls, but like...
Well, so many, like, you flirt back just because you don't want to get fucking stabbed by these weirdos.
Well, they looked like they were drinking a lot. So it's like...
Yeah.
So they were like, more open to chatting. We hadn't been drinking, so I was like, I was not open to chatting.
And then I remember there's one guy, he either whispered, "I want to kiss you" or "I want to kill you" as we walked by him. Either one is alarming.
I don't recall.
It was on Bourbon Street.
Oh.
So we were just like...
I just remember the guy, you dropped something. What?
That was good, though. That was funny.
I was so mad.
Both of us were like, "Oh my God, what?"
Livid. He looked scared after. Apologies.
Oh, man, adventures.
To go outside again.
Oh, soon we'll
One
be
day.
back walking the streets, getting harassed, the
As you
usual.
do.
Was there a time in your life where you could have been susceptible to a cult?
Susceptible.
Yeah.
No.
Get
You've
you.
met my father.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hell no.
Oh, I mean, he'd never let you be in a cult. Oh, yeah, but he's probably...
And he's always just taught me, like, question everything and everyone and, like, debate everyone.
I could have maybe gotten into it in elementary school, but then my mom, again, she'd go ape shit.
She'd be like, where were you?
Our school was terrified of my mother because every time they fucked up, I'd call her like, "Mommy!"
And she's just
She'd
like, oh,
fucking
hell no.
She has a way to just chill you to your core.
It's the mom power.
If you were going to join a cult, what kind of cults do you think it would be?
Ooh, see, if it was now, it'd be some weird witchcraft cult, right? But they're not cults, they're covens. So different.
I would join, a witchy hippie commune.
Hippie commune. That just
Grow
like...
our own food, just go off into the woods, say, fuck it, this world is, it's a world.
I don't really like being prescribed to the North American consumerist society.
There's really not
I don't like it.
much
It's not for
going
me.
for it, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll go off into the woods.
We'll see how it goes.
I have no desire to live in a city. Anytime I have to go downtown, I dread
Just
it.
like, ew,
Like getting
yeah.
a tattoo is the only reason I go downtown now, and I fucking hate it. Ugh, it just smells like poop
It's
everywhere.
smelly. It's
And there's
smelly.
always like one lunatic who's just screaming at, I don't know, about something. And you're always even as dangerous as like here feels like in the city. It's like, well, I could get stabbed at any moment.
Yeah.
Everyone just has guns now. It's a fucking free for all.
We're in Canada. Not so much. Not so much.
No, they still have it.
I mean, some people do, but it's not many.
Boy. Yep. Looking at you, America. Which real life cult grinds your gears the most?
Well, I think we know it's NXIVM. I'm obsessed. I've like read everything about them. I can't help. It's because they're so new, and Allison Mack, I fucking loved her on Smallville. Her character is like one of my, obviously my second favorite. Because
I don't know, like to have someone that you really love and respect, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a cult."
And I followed her blog. Like she was so insightful and so kind in it. And this just shows how people can be manipulated and brainwashed.
Oh yeah,
because everyone who knew her said she was such a sweet girl. And like she genuinely, even watching those like videos, she genuinely looked like she wanted to make a difference and like help people.
Except the
Except
ways
for-
you're doing it to spit to
How do you get all the way down there?
Oh, with Keith too.
Oh, I know.
Ugh, he looks like, I don't know, like Stephen King if he got hit with a shovel. Like, why?
He's so much older than her.
He's old. He's not even that charismatic.
He's really
or
not
charming. He's
yeah.
just like,
No.
ugh.
He sounds smart. Yeah, lots of people can sound smart.
give a
It takes
fuck if you're
confidence.
smart.
I know.
I'm gonna give you like nudes because you're smart.
No.
Okay.
Guys, always
Jesus.
protect yourselves.
Yeah.
Just end of the day.
You take nudes so they can use it for blackmail in case you do something.
Yeah.
And
No.
you're just supposed to be like, okay,
Okay.
sounds about right.
Here you go.
Here, let me just fucking burn this.
Also,
into
if
your
I were in that
pelvis.
situation and I, for some reason, gave nudes and I wanted to leave and they were like, well, we have your collateral, I'd be like, okay,
yeah,
show it.
Shoes on my
You know
titties.
what? Give it to me. I'll send it out. Like, who fucking cares? There's my vagina. Congratulations.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
nudes
do
are
with
just
that?
Like,
It's just my body. Like I wear clothes, but sometimes I don't. Here you go. Have it.
a tit could be out now. Honestly,
Like,
whatever.
fuck off. No sweat off my ass.
It's not the fucking 1800s. Oh my god, a breast is out.
Breasticle. So what cult really
The
grinds your
People's
gears?
Temple, just
Oh, yeah.
because like their whole assault on the place, the chaos that find that like over 900 people
Yeah.
died, where like before 9/11 happened, it was the biggest
biggest.
massacre in America for that fuck nugget
I know. Yeah.
who again, and like Heaven's Gate does have some fun.
They have some weird
The
fucking
aliens
stories,
on like
though.
the website, it's so like if you're gonna make an 80s movie mocking a cult, it would be like Heaven's what they're saying.
It's true.
The lizard people. When you think of weird cults, like they are the fucking epitome. Of
Yeah.
it.
But see, those ones,
Did I say it wrong?
epitome. Thanks, John.
Oh no! He invaded. He got in.
He's invaded.
You fuck.
The cult of John.
I'll just open my inventory and
Might as well die right now.
let's have the Kool-Aid. It's over for me.
But see, here's the thing with those cults. Most cults are just like all the genders get fucked in the end, right?
Yeah.
The reason NXIVM pisses me off so much is because it was specifically
Women.
targeted at hating women. Like the one guy said he had his wife sleeping on the floor anytime she did something wrong. Sleeping on the fucking floor. Fuck you.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
a little bit of rage.
I don't know. They're all cults, really. When you dive in, there's something fun for everyone to read about. Manson, the fact that he was like, oh, but I didn't really kill anyone. They killed him, and everyone was like, yeah, leave him alone. He didn't kill anyone.
People still like write him in prison and shit. Or like they
Yes.
did. I don't, it's.
Oh my god. He chose those people because they didn't give him a record deal. It was like the long game of like, okay, I'll make a cult
Yeah.
and then I'll get you.
I'm sorry, no one likes your music.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Get good.
Yeah.
Son, take a class.
Like improve. No, instead, that's how you know you're an egomaniac. I'm the best, and you said
the
no.
60s. Wild times. Yeah, those are my cults. What song and film or show did this remind you of?
So song, Cult by Slayer.
Dope.
Lyrics
That makes
are
sense.
hilarious. Movie, I'm just thinking of all the documentaries.
Yeah, I haven't watched like a fictional cult show just because the only ones I've saw, they just seemed annoying. Like The Path, and I tried to watch The Leftovers.
Oh, I haven't even heard of that.
It's like a half the world disappears randomly. And that's not the cult.
Avengers
a cult
Endgame?
comes. A cult forms in the aftermath of that. And, but it
Well,
just,
that's how it always happens, right?
It was like this weird. It just wanted to be weird. It was nonsensical to me. But yeah, there are so many true crime
Yes.
cult shows.
Yeah.
Give it. And they also have the fiction show of Waco based on the real events.
Yes.
Which I finally watched. That was a good
It's
show.
so good. Oh my God. The police fucked the dog on that one.
And the actor they picked to do that, he did a good
He
job.
did a really good job. Yeah.
So, oodles of cult documentaries on Netflix. Watch
many.
them all.
Yeah. All fun and
The
games.
song I picked is called Help Me Faith by Dan Romer, featuring Maddie Diaz, which is a cult song from Far Cry 5, which is based on a cult.
Nice.
And it fit this book so much. And it's also it's kind of a popping song.
Oh, there you go.
So every time I'm playing the game, Killing the Cults, I'm like, help me, faith. They play it on the loudspeakers in their compounds. So it's a really good song.
Well, that's fun.
Let's talk about Courtney Summers.
Oh, Courtney.
She is a New York Times bestselling author of several novels. Her career in writing began in 2008 when she was 22.
Nice.
Her work has been released to critical acclaim and multiple starred reviews, receiving numerous awards and honors, and has enjoyed recognition on many Library State Best of Readers' Choice lists. Courtney has reviewed for the New York Times, is the founder of the 2015 worldwide trending hashtag To The Girls, and in 2016, she was named one of Flair magazine's 60 under 30. She lives and writes in Canada. And this is a fun quote that was on her website by Electric Lit, which I don't know what that is, but I like this quote.
Sounds electric.
Courtney Summers is a master of the bitch. For years, she has written nuanced, wrenching stories about angry girls, unlikable girls we now call nasty. Summers uncovers the stories behind them, explaining why they are the way they are without apologizing for it.
Nice.
Which was so true about these
Like
gals.
that. Yeah.
Yep, they're
Heck
fucked
yes.
up and they got a lot of bad views on the world.
And what of it?
Yeah, can't blame them. They've had a life.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my. And then you join a cult. But then you get out of the cult and it's fine.
And it's fine. And you're good. Now you're an ant. And all's well that ends well. So our next book is a complete cover pick. And it was in our...
Beautiful.
It was in our, what's it called? Video for
Yes. Oh, this was
books
too.
from 2021.
This was too.
Yeah.
The project.
See? We knew. We knew what we were about. This is called What Big Teeth by Rose Zabot. And this is the synopsis.
Hit him with it.
What you see isn't always what you get. Eleanor Zarin has been estranged from her wild, bloodthirsty family for years. When she flees boarding school after a horrifying incident, she goes to the only place she thinks is safe, the home she left behind. But when she gets there, she struggles to fit in with her monstrous relatives who prowl the woods around the family estate and read fortunes in the guts of birds.
Sounds like my family.
Nice. Just another Saturday. Eleanor finds herself desperately trying to hold the family together, all the while trying to make sense of a re-emerging power that seems increasingly linked to the reason she was sent away in the first place. In order to save them all, Eleanor must learn to embrace her family of monsters and tame the darkness inside her. Exquisitely terrifying, beautiful, and fierce, this genre-bending fantasy debut will sink its teeth into you and never let go.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited.
I love that. A family of monsters.
What big teeth!
Whoa! That's going to be good.
So I'm excited for that. I also want to point out that you guys should read The Electric Kingdom by David Arnold because that was a YA
Yep.
and very good.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah.
And the Shadow and Bone series you should read because the TV show is coming out in
Is it
April.
Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
And we will be doing a boob tube
tube.
review of the series. So.
How long is the book series?
Okay, so there's one series that's a trilogy, and then I think there's two set after that. But then there's another series
Jesus.
that I think is also a trilogy of like a different set of characters, but it's in the same kind of world.
How many books do I need to read before the show?
For the
comes
show,
out?
just do the 3.
Okay.
Actually, but then they're meshing
well,
they're meshing the 2 trilogies into one. So
Okay.
I don't know.
You know, I'll start now.
Just read the Shadow and Bones book.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
So that was Ya.
Yeah.
Great
Number
month. Yep. Great month of books. Lots to see and do. And yep. I think we should close it off here.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Don't join a cult. Yeah.
If you do, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Hope you get out of it.
Yep.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And yeah, stay alive.
Great saying. Stay excellent.
Bye.
Bye.